What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. Yeah, just really stupid.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pin Down Podcast. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Not really, actually. We're going to be basically only talking about Backlash. Did I just lie to all of you? Yes, I did. Are you going to do anything about it? You fucking won't. I don't know why I'm starting off on that note. I'm excited to talk about Backlash, actually.
Yeah,
and with me, as always, we have Bulldog Man Bitch, aka Big Trey Courtney.
What up, y'all?
And we also have Mr. T. Yes. Who, might I add, is the only one with access to the Pin Down Podcast Twitter. And we're going to get into... You know what? We're starting with it. Okay? We're starting with you guys and Fightful. Okay? And I say you guys and Fightful because I got the meme. I read the article. At first, I was like, oh, this is kind of... Did they misspell it? Because, you know, it looks like it could have just been a misspelling. Frodo. Like, that's a...
Yeah.
You know, you could miss... Especially if someone's writing it on their phone, maybe. Okay. I was like that, right? Trey's camera keeps falling. All right, we're back from Trey's fucking camera exploding. And lens flares. We're going to throw in Paul Heyman. Now green screen Paul Heyman. He's screaming about how he's the liar at this very moment. Yeah, we're actually going to edit this episode. Anyways, Fightful versus Pin Down. This is the War Games match for this year.
Yeah.
We're going to lose. Sean Ross Sapp is going to fucking just beat the shit out of Trey. And I'm going to change sides. I'm going to fucking turn in War Games.
Oh my God,
you guys for Fightful. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to happen. Okay, what are we talking about? Danhausen is friends with Frito from Lord of the Rings. Now, boys, yeah. I know Danhausen hasn't been on TV for like a long time, which is why I was also confused. Because, to be honest, it's hard to remember his gimmick. I have other things I do in my life. I don't spend my entire life only watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Just like all of us, three of us here. So it's hard to remember that he has the gimmick. But God damn it, boys. You fucked up. You fucked up. And I'm going to state my case, and I will allow you to defend yourselves, but I'm going to go with Trey first, then Mr. T, you're going to sit in the cup chair for a little bit, and then I'll come back to you, big fella. Ooh. All right? First off, me and Trey saw this. We were like, oh, is this a typo, right? Because we're forgetting his fucking gimmick because he hasn't been on TV for a fucking year.
I barely know who the dude is.
Yeah, I know Danhausen a bit, but it's just like when he's not on TV for such a long amount of time, right? Or at least not on TV constantly, you do start to forget, right? Especially because I got other shit I do. You know, I got to play games for Gronking. I got to do, you know, real life shit. I'm working on my music and shit. I don't spend every waking moment thinking about wrestling. I can't. I don't have the fucking time. So I don't remember what his fucking gimmick is. If you're upset with me about that, okay, whatever. There's nothing that's going to be done about that because, you know, I actually have a life. So I just decided to meme because when in doubt, meme because it's funny. It's funny that it says Frito from Lord of the Rings, whether it's his gimmick or it's a typo, whatever. But then I clicked on the actual story, and with that, you find out it's a tweet from Danhausen. This is a quote. Look, you got the quote signs. It's a quote from Danhausen. And he's doing his gimmick. Obviously, he knows that's Sean Astin. They were at a convention together. And Sean Astin played Samwise Gamgee.
Yep.
In Lord of the Rings. Not Frodo. and there is no character named Frito. That's the joke. That's the gimmick that he is going for, right? Say what you will about that, whether you like it or dislike it. That's what it is. Now, my big problem with this isn't really fucking news.
No.
Newsworthy to be reported on. And that's my main problem with this is what's the point? And if you look at it, 132 likes, 11 reposts, 11 comments, it's doing a lot worse than most Fightful tweets do. It's because people don't think it's newsworthy either, right?
No.
That's one thing. Now, should we fucking shit all over them for that? Nah, it's a minor thing. And again, it's their website. If they want to, and their Twitter, if they want to put out stuff that no one cares about, that affects them in the end, right?
Yeah.
We get to Trey, all right? Big Trey. Trey decided to say some shit. And then we get this guy who is a writer, and he is followed by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he literally just starts saying, read the article before you start going. And Trey's doubling down. He's like, no, it's Frodo, bitch. And then this guy's like, so you're not gonna read the article, and Trey's like, damn right, I'm not gonna read the article. Fuck you. I honestly respect it a little bit, Trey. I'm not gonna lie. I respect the fact that you're like, I'm wrong, but fuck you. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doubling. That's a very Mazza move, and
I was slowly getting, is it a gimmick? That's when I was like realizing, it's a fucking
But you
gimmick.
kept doubling down, which is
but I had to double down. It's
admirable.
Twitter. You have to. It's Twitter. You have to.
Yeah. And he said, just read it. It takes 30 seconds. I wrote, why is this news? He said, to annoy you, of course. And I'm like, it doesn't really annoy me. It's just a bad choice, in my opinion. If you want to make that choice, that's up to you. It doesn't affect me if Fightful puts up bullshit or doesn't put up bullshit. Like, and I'm not saying bullshit in the sense of like Dave Meltzer fake story type shit. I mean, something that's not newsworthy, right?
Yeah.
But I was just here for the fucking memes. So he goes, so no then. And I said, ask Sean Ross Sapp about Frito's adventures with his friend Simwise. And he's like, see, you get it. Because I did. I got the gimmick at that. It didn't take very long. Once I started reading the article, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. Which, it's not a very long article. It's not very well fleshed out. It's basically, hey, Danhausen was at a convention and met Sean Astin and put a tweet out about it. That's it. That's the whole article, right? Trey, would you like to respond to these allegations?
Yeah. I barely knew who Danhausen was at that point because when we were actually reviewing Dynamite, he wasn't on TV at all.
That's true.
Oh,
he wasn't on Dynamite at all when we were
or Collision. Hell, Collision. He wasn't even on Collision.
Oh, I wasn't watching Collision.
Well, I wasn't watching Collision either, but it was just like even I'm like saw he wasn't even on there. So it's like, but I mean, I guess if it's a gimmick, whatever. But I do like that this dude tweeted about me. He actually like went on a quote.
He did. He did actually. I'm going to bring that up right now. That he did tweet. He said you were dumb. He said you're a little dumb boy. He wrote here, if I share this tab, ooh, voila, magic of editing. I'm just tired at Danhausen AD. You need to dumb down your gimmick. People don't understand it. You know which people? You people. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He did racism to Trey.
What do you mean, you piece?
That's our cope. That's our cope. He did a racism. Okay. So that's Trey. I respect Trey's freak level. Mr. T, we gotta talk, homie. Mr. T, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. I will lay out my side of this, and then you lay out your side. Okay?
Mhm.
And I won't interrupt you. Unless it's to concede a point to you, okay? And vice versa, I would say. Okay. So, one, he comes in late. Me and Trey were already done by the time Mr. T comes in. He's like, whoa, shit, what's going on here? He was actually busy. But and doing something important. But for the sake of argument, he was busy masturbating. And I will censor the word masturbating because YouTube is kind of fucked. So anyways, he comes in with Frito, that's Samwise Ganji, aka Rudy, aka Mikey from the Goonies. Damn, you guys don't know about pop culture at all, right? Then Rob Wilkins from Fightful.com comes in and says, here, I'll do the work for you, for fuck's sake. Shows him the tweet. Mr. T, with the fucking worst response ever, just admitting defeat. Y'all are this salty over a joke? Wow. Dude, you bitched out. You bitched out. You couldn't handle the heat because he got you. He got you. And you just got fucked, dude. Fightful.com felted you. They exposed you as a wrestling lolcow. Well, no, actually, we got Vince Russo for that. He's kind of the only wrestling lolcow. And maybe Air Gold. So never mind. You're not a wrestling lolcow. You're more like a wrestling lol goat. Like you can milk it, but you're probably not gonna want to.
You could throw in any of those Stan accounts too on Twitter that are like lolcows.
Mr. T is nowhere close to being as bad as them. Nowhere close. But Mr. T, you fucked up. Your response, sir. And not even from the pin down account. Not even your account. What the fuck?
Yeah, I did it on purpose. I read the article. I told you guys I didn't. I read the article before I made a comment.
No. That's bullshit. Fuck you. It's just like your sources with Ric Flair. Fuck you.
I didn't say Ric Flair. When did I say Ric Flair?
This was months ago. I remember it. My sources were telling me.
No, I said no. That was for a joke. No, literally, I read the article. I knew if I had said this shit, I knew someone was going to respond because this is what Fightful does. Trust me, I'm very aware what Fightful does. They like to argue with anybody. I was trying to get some engagement. It didn't go out the way I wanted to, but like I said, I knew what was going on. I baited them. I knew what was going on. I'm not that stupid, boys. Trust me.
Really?
Yes.
This tweet here, Danhausen is friends with Frito from Lord of the Rings. You respond like a spastic, listing his entire IMDb. You were baited. You were baited.
I'm telling you, I know what I was doing. I did it on purpose. Trust me.
Trey, I'm not buying that shit. I'm not fucking buying it.
You don't have to buy it. It's the truth.
No,
I mean, he knows who Danhausen more than I do. So
yeah.
I'm not buying. I think he genuinely read the article after the fact and was like, oh shit. Instead of going, yeah, my bad, homie. He was like, nah, fuck you. But he did it in a way that Trey didn't do. And see, Trey G-checked them. He's like, you can't out freak a freak. And instead, Mr. T was like, I'm not a freak at all. I never was a freak. That's not how you do it. Yeah. You have to out freak them. You know, you can't be out freaked by Fightful, right? Sean Ross Sapp buck broke you.
Sean Ross Sapp is never mind. I can't even say that.
You were face down, ass up.
Well, I mean, he does have some allegations against him, so that really wouldn't surprise me. So
we're gonna censor that part because I have no knowledge of any of that shit.
Oh, you don't
actually
know
no. We're not gonna censor that part. If you say allegations, there's no.
If I remember right, there is a lot of shit in the wrestling world that I try to remember a lot of my brain. If my memory serves me correctly, I'm pretty sure he's got some. I could be wrong. Like I said allegedly.
Oh, dude, I feel like everyone's got some. Even Trey. Yeah. I'm gonna allege shit about Trey soon.
I'll allege shit about Cream. You know, it's wrestling. You know.
Here's the thing: the ones you say about me, Trey, are true, and I'm getting away with it. So, anyways, with that being said, we're gonna move on to the main part of the show. Okay, the main part. We are going to talk about Backlash, baby. What do you guys think about Backlash? I feel like the build for Backlash has been better than Mania's as a whole.
Honestly, I'm more hyped for the show than Mania as a whole.
Yeah.
These 2 weeks have been so much better. I guess we'll go into it. My most hyped match, I can't believe I'm saying this, in 2025 is Randy and Cena. But I think it's just because the dynamic change. Cena's a heel now. And I'm loving the heel turn. I know a lot of people are kind of turning on it because I feel like he's kind of cutting the samey promos, but they have been really good, and I'm liking this Orton. The fact that Orton's like telling Cena how fans are important is wild to me.
Yeah, the tables have been completely turned on that, and I like the dynamic of that. Mr. T, what are you thinking of Backlash?
I kind of feel it's a filler pay-per-view, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I think just in my opinion, I think that Saturday Night's Main Event is going to be more stacked than Backlash, honestly.
Probably will. And
that's
Cena's
why,
supposed to be there again.
Yeah, it's going to be in Tampa, so maybe finally they'll get Hulk Hogan to show up since it's in his backyard. If
Jesse's going to be there, so
yeah. So let's see who else is getting married in his family. I guess his dog. Anyway,
yeah, Jesse Ventura's like, I was talking to your daughter.
Oh,
he says hello.
Yeah.
God damn.
I've been talking to Linda. She says, fuck you.
Linda's a dumb bitch, and so are you, Hogan.
But getting back to the show, I'm looking forward to the show. I'm not looking for like some like spectacular pay-per-view or PLE, right? Like I said, I think Saturday Night's Main Event will be more stacked than Backlash. But on that note, I am looking forward to seeing some matches on the card.
To be fair, Backlash has kind of always been filler to me. Outside of maybe like the 2000 one to me.
This actually reminds, and I wanted to bring this up, and thank you for mentioning this. This does feel like kind of Backlash 2000, where WrestleMania 2000 for the most part was underwhelming. Like you have that great ladder match, but it was an underwhelming show filled with basically almost completely multi-man matches. Like there's one or two singles matches on the entire card. Everything else is multi-man.
Yeah,
and it was a letdown, that show. And then you hit Backlash of that year, which is the next pay-per-view, and it was fucking great. It was a really good show. So
it felt like WrestleMania.
It felt like just a better show. And that happens sometimes. I mean, some of the Mania, like some of the builds for the Attitude Era Manias aren't the best.
Yeah.
Outside of 17, no. I'll be honest. Outside of 14. I'll throw 14 in there.
Yes, people seem to be like, oh yeah, Mania, and oh man, they were always doing that. No, really, either a bunch of shit would happen on the show that's like crazy, or the show would be kind of underwhelming, but it was bookended with good shows.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I think happened. I think honestly that's going to happen this year. Backlash is going to be the one bookend, Elimination Chamber the other. Mania is a bit of a letdown in between, even though Night 2 was a really good showing. Night
2 was better than Night 1. That's for sure.
If Night 2 had Night 1's main event, we would be damn near talking about it like last year's.
Yeah.
Yep. That is, that's true.
Maybe this year might be actually pretty good. The Rock won't be there, so yeah.
Oh yeah,
until he shows up randomly, like Helen, like what do you call it? Bad Blood?
Maybe he's gonna show up like Ellen, come back to the States.
Dude, watch if The Rock shows up. If he said at Tampa, right, for Saturday Night's Main Event. If that bald fuck shows up at Saturday Night's Main Event, I swear.
Yeah. God, I hope Jesse Ventura rips his asshole apart too. All right. Anyways, Rock, I saw that your daughter isn't wrestling on NXT. She's just the on-screen manager. What's that about, pal?
I just want to say I'm a better actor. At least I was in Predator.
I was governor. I was the governor, and you were just in the smashing machine.
Just
Benny Safdie. Well, I can't wait for Hogan to say that, like, yeah, actually, Benny Safdie called me up. He said he wanted me to play Mark Kerr in the Smashing Machine.
Yeah, he said you're going to take pointers from Benjamin Shelton.
Yeah, Benjamin Shelton. That's a whole other thing that we will have to get into some other fucking time or never. preferably never, because it's resulting in Hogan. All right, let's get into this right away. We have, I believe this is all like lined up and it's all good. The WWE, fucking holy shit, we're gonna cut that. Here we go.
Joke.
All right, here we go. Backlash time. WWE Women's Championship match: Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax.
Oh, Nia in another title match, guys. This is like her third or fourth this year because she fought Rhea, and then she had a title match against Tiffany on like a random SmackDown.
And Bailey was within a year from now, but not this calendar year.
Yeah, that was Survivor. They fought in like December, so that's damn near this year. So it's like this bitch with the continuous title matches. Why? Just finish this. I guess Tiffany will win. I don't care either way. I'm so done with Nia in title matches.
I think this might be damage control from The Office because remember what Nia was allegedly saying at that roast with Kill Tony.
Yep.
Yeah, she was burying everybody. So everyone's like, okay, well, fine, we'll give her a title shot, so she'll shut the fuck up.
I think they're gonna give her the title.
It wouldn't surprise me. Honestly,
it doesn't surprise me either.
I'm honestly, I don't care. It's a wash for me. I don't care either way. I think Tiffany's babyface run's been very, very lackluster. I keep on saying she's better as a heel than as a face.
I don't think it's her fault though. They haven't given her good opponents. I think if Tiffany was feuding this version of Becky, I think her face run could be good. But
I think it's a mixture of both, and just that angle with Charlotte was so
it was so bad
executed on everyone's end. Everyone was bad in it, except for like Wade Barrett, maybe. But even then, you could argue that he kind of.
I'm only saying Tiffany's gonna win because they're gonna probably have Naomi take the title off Tiffany down the line.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I'm also gonna go with Nia. I think she's gonna win, and they're gonna set up a feud again between these two. And,
oh God.
Yeah. What do you think, Mr. T? Who's winning, gamer?
What a butter knife to my head. I'm just going to say, I guess Nia. Like I said, I really don't care. I have no interest in this match. I have no.
Are you holding like the flat end up, like you're trying to read it?
Yeah,
like some fucking freak. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So there's our predictions for that match. We're gonna get on to a match that I actually think will be good. The Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio, the new Intercontinental Champion, versus Penta. Yeah, I'm excited for this match. I like this match. These two in that Fatal 4-Way. That Fatal 4-Way was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's my second favorite match on the card after the main event. It was so good. Yeah,
it was so fucking good.
I think it's gonna be a good match. I think Dom's winning, probably with the help of Finn to set that up more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or he's losing because of Finn.
Or that too. Yeah, I can see that happening.
That's the thing where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like with Penta, it's a little early to give him the IC title, although
right now
he's fucking popular, man. And I could see them doing it, and I don't think it's the worst person to put the title on. I'll say that.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, I would say probably Dom. Dom's gonna come away with it.
Yeah. I think it's weird this was added last second because I have a conspiracy that they were gonna do Logan and Jay originally here, but they had to change it because maybe they saw that people didn't like it, or they're like, okay, let's give this a bit more time because now I think they're gonna do that at Saturday night's main event. So I guess they're like, we're gonna put this here.
All right, Mr. T, your thoughts. What do you think?
I think Dom wins this match. I don't think Penta needs it right now. He's way over. He does not need the IC title right now. Honestly, I've told you guys this before. I think eventually, we're going to see Sheamus take the title off of Dom. Finn gets kicked out of Judgment Day. I think a Grande Americano shows up to fuck over Penta.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But yeah, I'm going with Dom to win this match.
Yeah. All right, I can get with that. Alrighty, the United States Championship match, baby. This is going to be Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Look, I know who should win this match.
Mm-hmm.
And it's might be a little unpopular. Well, popular, but in the sense of it kind of cucks Jacob Fatu's reign. I think Drew. Giving Drew a title. Giving him a good reign with a title for a while there, where he can, because he's spent the half a year just losing.
Yeah,
right.
It does give him something, and they are kind of treating that belt like the main event now. Because Cena with the WWE title isn't going to always be on the show, and Cody's gone for a bit, so that IC title picture could be your main event for a while.
And your world heavyweight titles on Raw.
Yeah,
mostly,
and it's carried by a mid Carter right now. So that's another story for another day.
Well, we also have to go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say. Plus, the draft's coming up too. So whenever that takes place, I think you'll see Cena get drafted to the Raw, and then I think you'll see Jey Uso get drafted to SmackDown. Honestly, I think Jacob Fatu gets this win. Here's why. One, you got Money in the Bank coming up pretty soon. Well, it's like next month, right?
June 7th.
Yeah, so basically next month. Either you could elevate LA Knight or you can elevate Drew to win Money in the Bank. So I say don't let neither one of them get the belt. Keep the belt on Jacob. If you want to leave Priest in that area, that's fine with me. But definitely, I think my two picks, spoiler alert, for Money in the Bank, I think it's going to be between LA Knight and I think it's going to be between Drew winning the briefcase.
I do Drew again, if you ask me.
Yeah, because I think it's definitely time for LA Knight to get out of the mid card section and get elevated to a different level than what he is right now.
He needs to go to Raw.
Yeah.
But I got Fatu winning because they're clearly setting something up between him and Solo. I hope they're not doing Jacob Fatu as a face. I get everyone thinks he's over right now. He needs to stay a heel. I think it's way too soon to turn him heel. I mean, baby face. Solo could be the face. I think it makes more sense story-wise. But anyway, I think, Fatu's winning. I'm kind of with Tyler. I think, honestly, McIntyre should win Money in the Bank. And then LA Knight should just go to Raw and face whoever the world heavyweight champion is by SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I think I'm going to go with Drew. Why not? Why not Drew?
I do think Priest will face if Fatu wins, it will probably be Solo and it'll be Priest and Fatu. That's my next prediction.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure. I think either way, I mean, I could see any one of these guys winning the title and it being fine. Damian Priest is the one I'm a little less sold on, but I did like his match with Drew. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a really good match, Mania. I enjoyed the match.
All right. Speaking of something I'm not quite sold on, but will probably be pretty good. Gunther versus Pat McAfee. Holy shit, Pat McAfee was he was good on Raw. He's been good since the first week of the first week of this. I was like, this is fucked. No.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about it either. But
then, they have done. Both of them have done extremely well to set this up to the point where I feel like this is kind of actually the main event of the show. I know it's Cena and Orton, but this actually feels more main event.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm smoking.
No, I see what you mean there. But I will just say it. I think this is just clearly setting up him and Goldberg. I think Gunther wins, and he should win. If you're gonna have Goldberg get involved, don't have him help Pat win. Gunther already tapped out like a bitch at Mania. He needs a strong win.
Isn't Scott Steiner supposed to be in Pat McAfee's
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what it's...
Yeah.
Is that 100% happening?
I have not watched the Pat McAfee show. He was supposed to be on there last week, allegedly. So I don't know. Like I said,
I don't know.
The Pat McAfee show since the draft. So
it hasn't been mentioned. He didn't mention it on Raw, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't watched the Pat McAfee show. If Scott Steiner is in his corner, Pat McAfee is winning.
Yeah.
As we know, that's the Steiner effect.
I have Gunther winning. and it's gonna be a squash. I think, and then after he'll attack Michael Cole, and that's how we'll get Goldberg. I think that's how we'll get him.
Goldberg defends the honor of Michael Cole.
Mhm.
Michael Cole. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
All
right, Mr. T, what do you think's gonna?
I kind of agree with Trey. I definitely think it's going to be Gunther. I don't think it's going to be a squash. I definitely think if McIntyre, or excuse me, if Steiner is going to be in the corner of Pat McAfee, right?
Yeah.
Good possibility he fucks over McAfee and aligns himself with Gunther, and they do the beatdown, and then Goldberg comes out and they pivot, and that's how you get the Gunther and you get the Goldberg match at whatever show you're going to do, right?
You guys are looking at this wrong. You see, there's a 50-50 chance that Pat McAfee's gonna win. But when you add Scott Steiner to the mix, that becomes a 72 2/3% chance, and then go on with the whole thing.
Really needed the video for that one. But yeah, I think I definitely think Gunther wins, but I think Goldberg. Honestly, it would not surprise me if we get some weird tag match or we get like a singles match between Gunther. I don't think anyone's asking for a tag match between Gunther and Scott Steiner, but still, you never know. It's 2025.
Yeah.
So
I want to see Scott Steiner do another flex off. With
the next Saudi show is supposedly the end of June. It's Night of Champions. Why the fuck is that a Saudi show now, by the way? Anyway.
I don't know, because Crown Jewel's going to be in Australia.
Yeah. But so I think it's going to happen there. Gunther and Goldberg. That's my prediction. Or SummerSlam if they don't do it there.
I'm still in the camp that I still want Braun Breaker versus Goldberg.
Same. That makes far more sense. Especially now that technically Breaker's a heel now. It would make sense.
Yep.
What do you got?
Alrighty. We got two more, ladies and gentlemen. From what
I don't think we got your prediction on the match.
I said Scott Steiner is going to win. Women's Intercontinental Championship match: Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Okay, I'm going to say it. Becky's going to win.
Becky. I think she should win. Grant, I'll give Lyra credit. These last couple weeks, she's cut good promos, but Becky is carrying this, and this is probably my favorite version of Becky in a while.
Yeah.
Like, I'm liking this heel Becky. I like, for one, she's dropped the man shit. I wanted her to drop that for a long fucking time.
Yeah, that gimmick ran its course.
It was cringe. I thought it was always cringy.
2 years before she dropped it. Now, I think that was because it was so successful when it did come up that they didn't want her to drop it. It's like with Cena, right?
Yeah.
They thought they had their female John Cena, and it didn't work because
it was cringe. I don't like the idea of, and everything's already gendered, but you're a woman, you're not a man. Drop the man shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go too into that.
So I think the whole feud of this is going to be Becky wins it, and Lyra is going to keep losing and losing and losing and losing until the final match of the feud where she finally wins and gets it back.
Either that, or I think Bayley comes back, and then they do Becky. Maybe they do that as a triple threat feud down the line.
Maybe. Oh, who knows? But I'm not really excited for this match, to be honest.
Me neither.
I think it'll be a good match, but I'm not like excited about it.
Just give me Becky winning the title. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Just give me the end point.
Mr. T, what do you think, you fucking freak?
I'm going with Becky. I think she's going to elevate the championship where it needs to be. Nothing against Lyra. I was a big advocate for her winning the belt when she first got it. Mm-hmm. But really her title reign and her booking's been lackluster. Yeah. I definitely think this match will... I think this match might be one of the matches of the night. Honestly, I really do.
In ring, it probably could be, yeah.
I think it's going to be a very sleeper match, honestly. But I'm going with Becky.
Yep. Yeah. All right. And we're on to our main event. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Crazy style. The WWE Undisputed Championship, baby. John Cena versus Randy Orton. Now, these two have never actually faced off against each other, and this is going to be the first time that's ever happened this year. yeah, caveat this year for all of that.
Yeah.
It's in St. Louis. It's in Randy's hometown.
Yep.
Cena's gonna screw him.
Yeah.
He's gonna win dirty.
I have
think
2 ways I think Cena wins, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, I just it's in St. Louis, it's Randy's hometown. He's in the title match against Cena. Cena's a heel. Cena's gonna do some dirty tactics, and that's how he's gonna win. I think this is probably the easiest match to be like, oh, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
They're not cutting Cena's title reign that short. I don't think
either
would
SummerSlam or end of the year is when he loses it.
I think probably SummerSlam. SummerSlam, and then he has to work his way back from being a heel to a good guy. And I think that's the most interesting story because he's out in December. SummerSlam, that gives you a couple months of that heel run. And then now he has to make good and realize, oh, I fucked up. I think that's more interesting story-wise and character-wise than just holding it till the end and doing that. What do you guys think, though?
I have 2 ways I think Cena can win or is gonna win. One of them is more likely. I think Truth's getting involved. That's why Truth's been in these segments. I think Truth helps Cena, and then what I think will happen is on SmackDown, if Cena's there next week, I think Cena kicks the shit out of Truth. Like he'll act like he's congratulating him, and then just beat the shit out of him. I think they're setting that up. Or if they want to do a callback, but I don't know if it would work now. If you remember when Cena and Orton faced back at No Way Out and Orton slapped the ref, some people are saying Cena could do that, slap the referee.
And then he gets disqualified, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. That would piss. I don't know how it would piss people off, and I don't know
feel
if
like
you can
that
get
would
away
be.
with that now.
I feel like that would be a worse ending than the R-Truth one.
Yeah, the R-Truth one makes more sense. Because you still get a finish. Because I don't know if you could get away with that now, especially how expensive tickets are. So we talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Actually, on that note of tickets, TKO will also be running another event this Saturday, UFC 315 in Montreal. The place is, as of I think yesterday, wasn't even half sold out.
Shit.
That's the Bell Center, right?
Yeah. That's where my Canadians play. That's where the Montreal screw job happened, I believe. It was in it replaced the old forum.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I think they have to have a finish for this. I think that DQ finish type of thing, you have to do it in a certain way, or else it's not going to go over well.
Yeah.
Mr. T, what are you doing, you freak? What do you think, freak? Yeah, you're a fucking freak. I'm bullying you now.
I'm in the camp of R-Truth getting involved. I think Cena's definitely going to. I think Cena is manipulating him to be like, I'm the good guy in all this. Everyone else are the terrible people, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And it's going to be that Eugene type of arc with him and Triple H was back in the day. I think it's what they're trying to go for.
Yeah. I see that.
The one who's mentally special, mentally challenged, he's manipulating that person to do his bidding and to think all we're friends, we're cool. I don't think that the slap DQ will work, because I'm not saying it wouldn't work in any other show, but I mean it's in Randy Orton's hometown. It's gonna be in St. Louis, and do you really want to end the show off with a slap? I think.
Yeah.
I think it's more. I think it's more filling to get fucked over by Truth than it is by a bitch slap. You know what I mean? To the ref.
And they've actually been setting up the Truth stuff since Mania.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It does make more sense that way.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we're at the end here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody for watching this. I know we usually go live. This is pre-recorded. Now I'm going to throw in Paul Heyman yelling again, so we're all just going to sit here and let him finish.
I'm always at fault. I'm the betrayer. I'm the double crosser. I'm always the freaking scumbag.
Okay, I think that's enough time. Either way, I'll speed it up or slow it down to make it work or whatever. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyways, with that, Thank you, everybody, for watching. And until next time, fuck you. I'm putting vibrato on my fucking voice here. Ooh.